Your life begins inside someone else's home, not your parents' nest, not your siblings' warm company. You're an intruder before you even hatch. Your mother, the honey guide, has no intention of raising you herself. She specializes in sabotage. Instead of building her own nest, she finds another bird's carefully constructed nursery, full of fragile eggs, warm feathers, and unsuspecting parents. She waits for her moment, then slips inside. Her mission? Swap futures. She stabs or pushes out one or two of the host's eggs, then leaves her own behind. A perfect crime, a theft of space, warmth, and parental devotion. The host doesn't notice the difference. She keeps incubating, unaware she's nurturing an assassin. And you, still inside your shell, are already armed. You're not an innocent chick. You're born with hooks on the tip of your beak, not for food, not for survival in the open. These hooks have one purpose: murder. You hatch earlier than the others, by design. The timing is deliberate, calculated by evolution. Your tiny body is weak, featherless, trembling, but your beak is ready. You crawl blindly across the nest, searching by instinct for the smooth oval shapes of your foster siblings. One by one you stab, you drag, you toss. The host's eggs tumble to the ground, shattering like porcelain. If any chicks hatch before you can reach them, they're dealt with too. You jab at them with your hook, grip their skin, and hurl them over the edge. You weigh only a few grams, but your violence is absolute. No rival survives. Now the nest belongs to you alone. The foster parents return, none the wiser. They see only a single chick, gaping mouth wide, begging for food. Their instinct overrides suspicion. They don't notice the missing eggs. They don't question why only one child remains. They pour their lives into you. Every worm, every grub, every seed is delivered into your mouth. They work from sunrise to exhaustion, feeding the very creature that killed their family. And you grow fat on their labor. A parasite disguised as a child. It sucks to be a honeyguide chick. Your existence begins in betrayal and blood. But it sucks even more to be the foster family. They've invested everything in raising their brood, only to end up raising their destroyer. When you fledge, your foster parents are left with nothing. No legacy, no genes passed on, just an empty nest and an aching drive to start again. And you? You fly off, carrying only the ruthless instincts burned into your species by millions of years of cheating the system. But your story doesn't end there, because the honey guide isn't just a parasite of other birds, it's also a manipulator of humans. For thousands of years, across parts of Africa, honey guides have partnered with people in a strange, uneasy alliance. You see, honey guides love beeswax. Not honey, not nectar. Wax. They're one of the only birds in the world that can digest it, thanks to specialized gut microbes. But beeswax isn't easy to come by. It's locked away inside well-defended hives, guarded by armies of stinging workers. So honey guides cheat again. They call for help. In the savannas of Mozambique, Tanzania, and Kenya, people walk into the bush clicking and whistling a special sound, passed down through generations. The honey guides recognize it. They answer with their own rattling chatter. They flutter ahead, pausing, waiting, leading. Humans follow deeper and deeper into the wilderness. Finally, the bird stops. It hovers near a tree, and there it is, a wild bee's nest, dripping with honey, crawling with thousands of buzzing defenders. The humans climb, smoke out the bees, and tear into the hive. Honey spills, golden and thick. The people feast, packing combs into baskets. And when they leave, they abandon the wax and bee grubs. The honey guide swoops in, gorging itself on the spoils. Everyone wins, or so it seems. But partnerships with traders are never safe. Sometimes the honey guide misleads. Guides have been known to lure people to empty trees, or to dangerous places, or even to the nests of snakes instead of bees. Was it a mistake, or a test of loyalty, or simple malice? No one knows. But the fact remains, humans are gambling every time they follow a bird through the bush. This alliance is ancient. Rock art from over 8,000 years ago shows humans harvesting honey with the help of birds. The partnership has survived through time, passed from parent to child in both species. But make no mistake, the honeyguide isn't loyal. It doesn't care about humans any more than it cares about foster parents. It cares only about access to food. Back in the bird world, the honeyguide's parasitism continues to shock. Scientists have watched in horror as honeyguide chicks, still blind and featherless, systematically slaughter entire broods of other species. They don't hesitate. They don't flinch. The killing is automatic. The host parents often sit only inches away, unable or unwilling to intervene. Their instincts to feed overwhelm any chance of defense. The honeyguide has perfected the art of exploitation. It doesn't waste time building nests, defending territory, or nurturing young. It outsources all of that. Every egg laid is a Trojan horse smuggled into another bird's nursery. Every chick hatched is a weapon of sabotage. And here's the cruelest twist. Honeyguides sometimes lay their eggs in the nests of other honeyguides, cannibals in waiting. If both eggs hatch, the older chick still kills the younger, even though it's technically kin. Evolution has stripped away mercy. Only survival matters. Let's step back and consider the absurdity. Imagine if humans lived like this. A stranger slips into your house, leaves a baby in your crib, and that baby grows up by unaliving your children, while you unknowingly raise it as your own. And then, as soon as it's old enough, it leaves forever, never once acknowledging you. That's the honeyguide. And yet, the contradictions don't end there. Honeyguides are both destroyers and collaborators, murderers and guides. They annihilate bird families while working hand in hand with human ones. They survive by killing, but also by helping. Their life is a balancing act of betrayal and utility. But the life of a honeyguide isn't safe. Chicks may be born killers, but they're fragile too. If the host parents abandon the nest, you die. If they notice something is wrong, you starve. If another predator finds the nest, you're an easy meal. The hooks on your beak can kill siblings, but they can't fight off a snake or a mongoose. For all your brutality, you're still a defenseless chick, dependent on the very species you destroy. And even when you reach adulthood, your existence is precarious. You're small. Predators hunt you from above and below. Raptors dive. Snakes climb. Mongooses prowl. You spend your life darting through the trees, always one mistake away from being torn apart. And yet, you persist. Your species thrives, not by strength, but by strategy. Not by numbers, but by deception. It's worth pausing to marvel at the wax diet again. Think about it. Beeswax is indigestible to almost every other creature. It's like eating candles. But honeyguides harbor specialized bacteria in their guts that can break it down, extracting energy from something that should be useless. This bizarre ability allows them to feast on the scraps humans and bees leave behind. Where others starve, honeyguides grow strong. And their relationship with humans is still evolving. In some communities, the tradition of calling honeyguides is fading. Younger generations don't know the ancient whistles. In other places, the birds still respond eagerly. They've learned to associate human sounds with food, a cultural bond spanning species. It's one of the strangest partnerships in nature, a wild bird leading a human to treasure. But remember, this partnership is built on convenience, not trust. Honeyguides are parasites, manipulators, betrayers. Today, they lead you to honey. Tomorrow, maybe to something else. It sucks to be a honeyguide because your life is never truly yours. You're born in violence, raised by strangers, forced to kill before you can even see. Your instincts rule you. There's no choice, no mercy. Just the endless cycle of infiltration, murder, and manipulation. And yet, in its ruthlessness, the honeyguide thrives. Every betrayal ensures its survival. Every death fuels its life. It doesn't matter if foster parents mourn. It doesn't matter if humans get stung or misled. The honeyguide flies on, rattling its call through the savannah, forever hunting for the next victim, the next hive, the next chance to feed. A killer chick, a wax eater, a liar's guide, nature's traitor.